everybody, I'm the Pigglesworth. Welcome back to AlphaCraft. Here we are at the beginning of the cave to the snow factory. Run over here. Let's take a look. Yep, I got a little bit more. I've actually purged this thing of all the snowballs. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead. You know what? Nope, we'll bring it with us. Whoa, the trick actually worked. Sometimes I can fit right through the door, and sometimes the door stops me. Alrighty, so I came over here to get a bunch of snow from the snow factory. You can see right here, I've been doing a little bit of work off camera, just kind of extending the pathway. Went ahead and did this because I love it where when you run through an area that you don't have to jump. That can be very annoying, but to be able to just walk and go straight up, that, oh my gosh, that's like night and day right there. And we got something going in right here, but I'm not going to tell you what it is yet because that is not what we're doing today. Went ahead and extended this out a little bit, and yes. Eventually, I want to turn the majority of the area. Oh, ground lag. Ground items will be removed. Clear lag. You do your thing. Eventually, I want the majority of the area to be path block or similar blocks that are non-spawnable. So we can do areas that look like just stone and stuff like that. Now that we have these cool half slabs and stairs. And I feel like this is going to be one of those canvas things where we do this color and we have this color. And because we have a lot of those two colors, it allows for things like this to stick out. Just because those colors are there. They pop. They kind of like step forward. It helps us to accent the details. Just trust Piggy, okay? It'll work out. It'll work out. See, like this to me doesn't feel like it's too much of an overwhelming look with all the path blocks. But I also, in my head, whoa, is it like a weird? Oh, okay. Okay, I thought there was a weird lighting glitch. In my head, I'm also seeing like other little details that we're going to eventually add in here. And so because of that, it will make this place look better and better. Uh-oh. You guys need to take care of wherever these zombies are at. They're sneaking around the base. I also did this. I went ahead and added some of these little pieces of half slab and stairs right here. Because I got to thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute. You know what? If this thing busted open and washed out, there would be piles of rubble and rocks laying around. So I figured it adds another layer of depth to what's going on, and it makes a little bit more sense. Your brain just buys it a little bit more. The first thing I wanted to take care of today is to run over here and show you the progress on what I got going on the mountain. Got a bunch of snow, and I wanted to show you how I'm doing this snow. So it's a straight line right here, because what I did is I tried covering the stone blocks with snow. It just wasn't looking right. It's like the stone was giving me the shape I wanted, but then when you add blocks on top of it, you get a very different shape. It just wasn't working right. So I'm kind of having to go line by line and replace stone blocks with snow. So that's why we've got this hard break right here. And as I add more to that, I'm going to dig up that snow right there and move that over. We need to run up here real quick. We need to get to where I can get into bed as soon as possible. So right in here, what I'm working on is we've got the snow is going to be built up from up here like it's piled up. But right in here, I want it to look like the snow has kind of piled up too much and it broke free and it slid down into this area. So that's why we've got some of this exposed. Basically what I want it to look like is there was snow that was completely covering the area, but then there was like I don't know if a snow slide is the right word. It's not necessarily an avalanche. I could be wrong, but in my mind, I'm thinking an avalanche is more like, yeah, I hear that baby sneaking around under there. To me, an avalanche is more like a catastrophic event. Now, maybe I may not rest. There's monsters nearby. You stinkers. Let's see if we can move the bed. Maybe right here? There's monsters everywhere. Let's see here. Let's run up and over here. I think this is going to be high up enough and away from everything that I should be able to... There we go. This will work. There's no bad guys here. I just got to remember not to break the bed for now so that I've got that spawn point there. There we go. Kind of lost my train of thought now. But yeah, I don't know if avalanche is the right word, but see, now this can be tricky doing this because the angle up here looks very different than the angle down there. And once we get the path and everything built, very rarely will anybody ever actually be up here looking down from this position. If you've got elytra and you're flying around, that's quite possible. But other than that, most of the time people will not see from this angle. So trying to make things look good from this angle isn't always going to work, but we're going to try and give it our best. So basically, like I said, see how whenever the snow would slide, wherever you have a flat area, the snow's going to kind of want to build up. But wherever you have drop-offs, the snow's just going to fall and try to, because it's in motion, it's going to try to settle in a more flat area. Uh-oh, sunburns the baby zombies. So something like this will be a little bit more exposed, but once it gets into this more flat area, that's where we're going to start showing, snow leveling off. I'm not so certain I want snow to come all the way down in here. We can try it. I'm going to experiment a little bit with it. Because I don't know necessarily that I want to say... See, when you have snow all the way down there, you're telling the person looking logically, the temperature down there is at least cold enough that that snow can stay right in there and not melt, or at least it's starting to melt. So let's hop up here, and I'll kind of show you what I've been doing. I don't know why I say that. I'm not going to kind of show you. I'm actually going to show you. Let's see here. We need some layers, because I'm also doing this where we're going to be making it spawn proof as well. And I've got some snow built up in here as well. So we got a fair amount going from the factory. The factory is pulling its weight, which is just awesome. So, okay, I don't see any bad guys that can shoot us off from here, so that's good. So we put snow blocks and then 2 layers. And, oh, I should have dug down a little bit more. There we go. So let's do those 2. And then I'm just, replacing the stone with snow blocks and just kind of working my way down. And kind of doing this intuitively too. It's like I don't necessarily have a certain numeric pattern like you must have X number of blocks that you go. Like if you were doing a standard pattern. To me, if you do things a little more intuitively, just like this feels right, have that kind of attitude, then it seems like things work. Let's see here. I want to put some stone right there, just so that kind of peeks out. Maybe we can leave that one stone, and then we will go ahead and do this as well. And the other thing that's kind of like, I think creating a scenario where I'm not necessarily going to be prone to making patterns is I'm moving straight down. The way that that the snow is going to react, it's more like layer per layer per layer. So I think by me moving down each layer and thinking about the flow of the snow in this general line, that's going to keep me from making these weird patterns if I try to work on each layer at a time. Now, it's possible that, I could be just totally making up stuff here. So let's see. I've got 1 stone showing right there. There we go. Trying to get a little bit of a randomness going. Now, the one thing I did notice is I have one area where it looked like it was just a line of stone blocks, and I didn't want that to show up as some kind of a pattern. So we definitely want this area to be kind of like this, because that would be a flat area. I feel like this is definitely starting to drop off. Let's see here. Let's do snow packed up right there, and then we will go ahead and make these 2 actual snow blocks like that. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. So we've got like it really broke and fell right in there. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is the spot where it's like, see, it's just a line of stone, but now that we're adding that in, it's looking a little bit better. Let's see here. Let's make it like the snow actually settled right in there, so that's not looking so pattern-like. I'm sitting there thinking, what is the word? What is the word I want to use? Let's do 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. I think that gives the sense of stuff has fallen. And then let's see here. Let's go ahead and leave that one a stone. 1, 2. And then we'll do like that. And then, yeah, I know. I'm not working on this line yet. Right underneath me, it's all hollow. Eventually, I'm going to have to go into there and light the whole thing up. Let's see here. Let's put snow here and here. No, let's leave that. Let's leave that. Uh-oh, I'm working on a line I'm not supposed to be. Let's see here. 1, 2. Oh, good. We have some more layers. Awesome. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I did it again. See, the thing is, if you put the layers and then you break the block underneath it, the layers will disappear. And you don't get back the amount of snowballs that it took to make those layers. At least I don't think you do. You might. You might, but for some reason, I don't think that I am. Let's see here. We'll break that and that. You zombies are quite persistent down there, I must say. Like that. And, I wanted to see if I could get one little grouping done in a clip before I move on. So I'm sorry if the pacing for this is just a little bit slow. Let's see here. Let's stop at this point. And like I said, I may experiment with adding a little bit more. Since I've already started this little line, I'll go ahead and add these as well, just so it doesn't look so abrupt. Did you see that? I could have swore that I saw like a zombie peeking right through a corner or something right there. Maybe my eyes are just playing tricks on me. All right, so let's run down here and take a look and see what the difference is. Get a little bit of a turnaround. There we go. See, now it's starting to look like the snow broke up and it flowed down a little bit. So I guess with it looking like so much is broken away, I probably want the snow to come right here and then maybe spill out to this area. You know what we could do? We could mix and match some cobble, some gravel, and some snow right in here and then make some puddles of water. And that would make more sense. Like maybe the snow recently slid down and it's starting to melt down here. But because it just recently happened, it hasn't completely melted. And I may tweak some of this this stuff showing. See, this can also be a little tricky. As I build more snow into the side and cover the area, like we've got this side making this look the way it does. Once I build up more snow over here, then we will get a chance to actually look and see, do we need to tweak this? Do we need to change it? Do we need to add a little bit more? See, like right in here, I feel like maybe a little bit more snow. Maybe something has kind of gone down a little bit right in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep working on this and see if we can get it looking a little bit better. And then I'm going to bring you back and I'm going to show you some results. And then we're going to move on, and today's about little projects, just little kind of tweaking and stuff like that. So I'm going to get some of this snow done so we can come back and kind of look at it, see how it's going, and then we'll move on to the next thing. I tell you what, it looks like a mess from this point of view, doesn't it? We're definitely going to have to do some work to get this all tidied up and looking nice. And we got these two llamas just hanging out. I guess the salesman guy runs off and the llamas just stay. They persist. They don't despawn. Might have to capture them. But I've got this set up. I've got this going. I figured this could be a nice tall marker that I would be able to see from a distance. Now, we're not from a distance yet. We're going to go down there. But you can kind of see what I've done here, if I can coordinate myself correct. Let's see here. To this line. Yeah, I got to this line, and I started making my way up right there, and I ran out of snow. I actually ran out of snow. It's time to get more snow. And I've cleared out trees all down there. That's all going to make sense in just a minute. But let's go ahead and step down and take a look. Take a little look-see and see what everything looks like. Now, I have gone through everywhere where I've finalized the snow. I've done this. You can see how I've got like a stair right there. And we can see right here, this is kind of sticking out a little bit. It's because those are half slabs. So I have made all of this spawn-proof. Either we've got a double layer of snow, or if it's stone, it's a half slab or a stair So eventually, this whole mountaintop, we won't have to worry about mobs spawning all over it, which will be great, because I don't ever want Endermen being able to get into the base and moving blocks around. And if we can keep Endermen from ever spawning around the base, they'll never be able to like whoop right inside the base. But I got this going right here. I haven't done anything with the gravel and stuff yet. I'm just kind of messing with the snow and the stone for right now. But I've got this where it's just kind of washed out. Oh, I didn't even... Do I have a bucket? I don't have a bucket. Okay, I'll have to come back later and do it. I didn't put any puddles of water or anything, but I do feel like if I was to put some different puddles of water around here, kind of like what we did over there and at the ice farm using steps. So that way when you walk, you don't like bloop, fall down into it, but you can still see like little spots, little puddles. So we can get some water going over here. That's going to give another color, and so it'll just give a little more complexity to the look. But let's back off a bit. Just back off. Back off, Piggy. You're standing so close, people see all the details. They want to see the big picture. Let's step back here. I'll explain this, and then I'll turn around. So right in this area, what I've done is I've cleared out all the trees so I can get a really good clear view. And we're going to move this portal. I'm going to relocate it. That's going to do two things. That's going to... Oh, I accidentally picked the berries while I was eating carrots. It's going to do two things. One, it's going to move the portal so that JJ and Wild can build their structures right here, and this portal's not going to be in the way. The other thing is it's going to give me a better location for where, when you first enter the base, to be able to control where you're looking. Because if we stand right here and look, see, we can see that unloaded chunk right there. We can't even see that little marker I left. So as I move forward, see this path block right here? Watch what happens. We're almost there. I think it's this block right here. Or is it the path block? There it goes. So when we get to the path block, that loads. So that has got to be the furthest back that the secondary peak is going to be. We can't build beyond that point because of this. So what this part is going to be, it's a marker. I'm going to build a little section over in here. It's going to be like an observation deck area. And I have a feeling that it's also going to connect to what JJ and Wild are going to build that's going to incorporate their area and give access to my area. But right in here is going to be the backmost line where this path is right here. Like you can't go, whatever I build, you're not going to be able to go beyond this point. Okay? It's going to be like a little observation deck or something. And from right here, it's going to let you be able to stand and see the peak and the mountains, the gateway, all the cool stuff I'm going to build over there. It's kind of going to be an angle that you can come over and look and actually get a good look at this. And the reason why I say that is because when we come over to this side, look at what we've done here. That's a marker. That means something. So I have cleared this whole area out. This area is kind of a little bit lower, and so that's cool. I think it's going to add a second perspective. So you get different perspectives, and from this area you will be able to access that observation area. But what we're going to do is let's run back here. I think back over in here it unloads enough chunks moving. Yeah, see how I can see the sky right through there? So we've unloaded that area. So let's start moving forward. Now I don't want you to worry about the fact that you can see it right this minute, okay? But this marker right here tells me that before this point, I can't let you see the mountains. Because if you see the mountains before this point, you won't see that upper peak. You won't see that limit that I've placed with the, what are these things called? I can never remember. Scaffolding, that's what it is. So this mark right here, you're not allowed to see that scaffolding point before this line, before being back that way. So once we come through here, I'm gonna obscure right in here where you can't see that. Somewhere right in this area will be obscured, but you're going to be able to see above it. So seeing above it, you're going to make out the fact that there's a gate. You're going to see that snowy peak, and you'll be able to see that upper peak. I don't know how I'm going to work the details on this side yet. As I build it and we kind of the area unfolds, I'll work on it. I might have it where you can kind of see the peak, but you can see more of what's going on over here. Like this area will let you mostly focus on this spot. But watch what happens, okay? See how that spot's unloaded? I'm going to move all the way to the side. I'm going to try my best to see if I can peek over. So we're going to get right here on this spot. We can get right here, and I can jump. See how jumping, that's all blocked? Let's step up on this step, and let's start jumping. And look, it's already loaded. Isn't that cool? So what that means is by the time you make it to this step, no matter what you do, as long as I've got this area blocked off from your point of view, by the time you get up here, this area is loaded. And so that is how this area has to be constructed as such. And then I'm going to have like a diagonal something right here. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. That's going to kind of work its way over to here. And I think what I want to do is we're going to bring the path around to about right here before you turn. Because what I started thinking about was if I bring this at an angle, you don't quite get the grandiose entranceway. Like you could skirt this, and so it just doesn't, it doesn't look as great as if you're a little more face on. Now this angle is going to be deceptive because we're really low, and I don't have any blocks to stack up. We can stack up some blocks. That'll give you a little bit of a better angle to see the gate, to see the ominousness of the gate. And then once you get in here, that's when you'll see the little diorama and all the other stuff going on. So that's kind of what I got going on right here with this little area. This is a secondary part of the project. Basically, oh, excuse me. Basically, we're marking out areas and borders so that we can understand how the chunk loading works in the area versus where different things are going to be built. And that is going to give us some boundaries and edges so that we know where to build things and how to construct things in such a way that that you can see stuff that's interesting, but you don't see the unloaded stuff, so it doesn't spoil the effect. So the next thing that I've got to do, we're going to try and do this real quick, is I'm going to relocate this portal. Now, I got with Spiderweb Ninja and asked her just to kind of remind me how we set this up. And what I think I can do is I can break this portal, relocate it to where I want, and then I have to calculate its coordinates in the nether, which basically we hit F3. We look at the coordinates we're at right now, 320, 1270. We divide that by 8, and that should be the coordinates of the portal in the nether. So I'm going to have to move it, which kind of stinks because that means some of the way that we've got our little tunnels going in the nether, it'll have to get relocated. But I think it's good to do it now better than later because we haven't really officiated tunnels in the nether as far as decorations and builds yet. So I'm going to go ahead and get this hurried up and done. That way, as things get built in the nether, we don't infringe on anything else. We fit right in. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. Oh, you stinking bush. That's okay. As soon as you grow berries, I'll be right back. I'll get some more berries. So I'm going to try and see if I can tear up this portal and relocate it, reignite it, try and sleep so the sun doesn't get me. It's kind of a cool effect. Little swirly spot on the sun right there. Oh, it's not working now because it moved. Oh, well. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can get that relocated and fixed, and I'll bring you back and show you how the portal works after we get it repaired, get it moved, all right? So I'll just sit tight real quick, and we will meet over in the nether. So here we are back in the nether. Pigs 82 portal this way. Stina's been over here. Ever since I hung out with Dibs 82 and Biz 82, I have suddenly been named Pigs 82 by her. But you can see that the portal is just slightly askew from where it was. It's just shifted over a little bit, and I'm not ready to dig out this tunnel yet. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I guess we could put a little bit of a smoother transition right in here. It's not that big of a deal for now, because I haven't quite worked out the details of what I want my portal to look like. But I think once we start getting the major nether hub built and the nether tunnels and stuff, that's going to give me a better idea. And what could be nice is, depending on the pattern that's built in the nether tunnel for the main branch, I could pick a certain spot that's going to line up better before we cut into it to head this way. So maybe we make it a little bit windy or something like that. So I'm not too concerned about it. And we'll run right through here and see this transition through here. That goes to the T-Ranch area. So this is working okay too. I just kind of smooth this transaction. Yeah, smooth out the transition just a little bit. So let's hop through here and we'll see where the portal is. Now somehow I thought I did my math correct. I took my dimensions that I built this portal at right here, 320, 1296, and when I divided it by 8, 320, 1296, let me check my notepad file, that tells me that I should be at 40, 162. So if we hop through here real quick, and hit this, we can see that we are at 162, we are 38, so 39, and that's 40. So I'm not quite certain what I did wrong. I thought that that's how you're supposed to do it, but I'm not too concerned about that. I know that it's not a 4 wide, that it's only 2 blocks wide, but I think I'm okay with it. I'm not too concerned about the actual dimension of the portal itself. I just want to make sure that this links to here and not accidentally to somewhere else, because about a minute and a half walk over into JJ and Wild City, they have their portal inside their bank. So you'll come through the portal. You'll be right down in this generalized location. You won't be able to see. I might leave it where like you can peek through the treetops, and underneath the treetops you could make out something right in there. But we need to obscure this area, and we need to obscure this. Now, also, as I build up more mountain peaks up there, we might be able to push that view just a little bit back. But just build up this area where when you get to here, boop, you can see that highest peak. And as you move forward through here, watch, it's a magic trick. Look, I made the blue disappear. Oh, I love it. So this is cool. I figured this is, it's not as an adventurous of an episode. We didn't get as much built or done. But sometimes I like to just do some laid back episodes where I explain my theory about my mind, my thought process, why I'm doing certain things. Because I know that, watching other people work out their processes and stuff gives me a lot of ideas. It can inspire me, to think in a way that maybe I'm not used to thinking, or thinking with a certain form of logic or certain artistic construct that I'm just not used to thinking in. So I figured maybe old Piggy could help somebody out. If anything, when you come to the base, or when you're riding shotgun, you're on my shoulder with the camera, and you're watching where I go. Some of the layout and the reason why placement is where it is, it'll make more sense. You understanding why I built certain things the way I did, where I put them, it will make more sense. Instead of it feeling like I just willy-nilly threw a portal down there, and for some reason made it where it takes time for you to wind around and get up to the gates. Like, Piggy, why didn't you just do it right here, front and center? Well, now you know. Now you know all the little details and why things work the way they do. But I hope that this helps out JJ and Wild. I know that they wanted it moved forward a few blocks, but what's really cool is because of this corner right here. See this corner right here? I know they're not going to build beyond this spot, at least structure-wise. I don't think they will, because they went ahead and made it a hill. But we can see that they can build to their heart's content in this area, and there's no portal obstructing their view. It's all the way down there, which is awesome. So it's like a win-win. It works for me, and I really hope that it works for them. But if you enjoyed this episode, please click that like button. And if you want to see more of these as I release them, you're not already subscribed, would you consider subscribing? I would love it. And if you want YouTube to notify you whenever videos come out, you can click that notification bell. It's somewhere down there. I can't see it. I hope you can. If you're into notifications, you probably know what it looks like. Ring the bell, close your eyes, and go da-ding, 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 so that it makes a sound. And then hopefully you'll get YouTube to notify you for your videos. But I'm going to pack up. Well, actually, I'm not going to pack up. I'm going to leave that stuff there. I need to go back AFK and get more snow, because I have got more snow-capped mountains to build so that we can make this area look nice and pretty for all the people that come to visit. So I'm going to go ahead and get all that stuff ready for next episode, and that is when I hope to see you, is in the next episode of AlphaCraft.